This is a brief introduction to Total Life Changes, a company that provides products and community that you'll feel. The year was 1994, and Jack Fallon had a vision to help the world. So in 1999, with the help of his best friend John Licari, Total Life Changes was born. So how did it get started? With one product that Jack really believed in, NutriBurst, a multi-liquid vitamin packed with all that in a bag of chips. Well, not the chips, but you get the idea. Fast forward to 2003, and Total Life Changes becomes incorporated. We got busy, real busy. We established TLC World Headquarters in Fairhaven, Michigan. Now we offer 38 products, taking thousands of orders daily.
Thank you for calling Total Life Changes.
And shipping to more than 150 countries across the globe. It doesn't matter what lifestyle you have or diet you're on. TLC's products and community is for everyone. And now you know a little, actually a lot, about Total Life Changes.
Man, I don't want to wake up.
Psych! I'm just kidding. Time to get to this grind.
I've been working for 3 weeks straight and I haven't even slept yet.
Let's go, Sunday Hustle. Ready to push, 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 push!
Welcome to the Sunday Hustle. Here we go.
Here we go. Great morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Today is November 15th, 2020. It is a great day today because God opened your eyes and said, today is for you. Get out there and keep on hustling and change the world. My name is Evan Bregman, and I am the host of the Sunday Hustle. Thank you so very much for tuning in. And I want you guys to do me a favor. Something new this week. Shout out to Kasaya Setner, Miss Adriana Mendoza, giving me these amazing ideas. I want you to comment, where are you tuning in from today? So give us your name, give us a country. If you have an emoji flag, drop that emoji flag in the comments. We just want to know where you're coming from, the state, the country, no matter what it is. We just want to see the reach that we're reaching around the world, here in the United States and worldwide, of course. So
Let's go.
Comment your name, comment your country, because we're so excited to have each and every one of you today. And again, just thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to the Sunday Hustle. Just a little recap from last week. We had the amazing, the young, 17 years young, by the way, Gabriella Licari, and she really just shared her passion, her mission, and her vision of really just following your dreams and truly just being yourself. It was such an honor to have her on here and such an honor to have such a young perspective, a very similar mindset as myself. Really just getting it out there, hustling, following your dreams, and just being great. And she challenged each and every one of us last week to comment our dream or to follow our dream, and just to pursue our passion. And 5 winners from last week are going to win the limited edition long sleeve Element shirt that my amazing guest today, he is over there rocking it. And they are Marciela Paul, Stephanie Green, Jenny Contreras, Danisa Caprini, and Nicolella Ingram Tony. So thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in last week, joining me and supporting me through this amazing cause. So real quick, what you're going to expect for today, we're going to finish up and we're going to highlight the fan of the week. Then we're going to go into a quick interview with an amazing and an inspirational guest that this young man works right here at Total Life Changes. And then we're going to close out the show this week, with the tip for next week, the challenge for next week, and then, of course, the feel-good story that I know each and every one of you look forward to. So moving right along to the fan of the week, and that is Danisa Caprini. She joined Total Life Changes on September 30th of 2020. She is from Chaguanas, Trinidad and Tobago, but now she lives in the Bronx, New York, and she really enjoys watching the Sunday Hustle. She's up there on the screen. Thank you so much, Danisa, for one, just being a fan, and thank you for continuing to share this amazing broadcast, because I know that you're out there sharing and always comment every single week. We're just excited to have you, and I'm just so blessed and honored to have you as a viewer along with all of our other viewers out there. All right, it's time to bring on my guest this week. This young man works in our customer service department upstairs, right up there. You can walk 10 feet and you'll be there. And he really has an incredible story. He does a lot of amazing things here for this amazing company that we call Total Life Changes. If you call him 9 times out of 10, you're probably gonna get him. He's always there with an answer. He's always positive. He's always got a smile, and he's really just always sharing that great vibe and that great aura that he has around him. So without further ado, it is my honor and it is my pleasure to bring up to the platform Mr. Taylor Rattray. Taylor, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of the Sunday Hustle.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I'm excited to have you, and I'm really excited for you to share your story to all the viewers. I know you said you were a little nervous in the pre-talk meeting. Don't be nervous. There's only thousands of people watching you. No, I'm just joking. Don't be nervous. It's just more of a conversation between me and you, and we're really just going to share your story with all of our viewers and everyone out there watching. Okay?
Absolutely.
So I want you to start off with just telling everyone who you are and you know, kind of your age, where you went to high school, maybe if you're in college. What are you doing right now?
Well, I am 24 years old.
Okay.
24 years young. I went to high school actually down the street. I went to a Lance Cruz. Yeah, that was a school district. And basically what I do here is I just handle, you know, customers. I help them with the issues that they face, whether it's their back office or not, purchasing products. I really enjoy it. I love meeting all of the individuals that I get to speak with every day. There are some people that just like are great. Like you just could come in to work. Like this morning, for example, I came in, I was nervous about being on the show. Very anxiety ridden. And actually the first person I spoke to this morning absolutely flipped my mood, and she was just a wonderful, wonderful woman. I'm glad I was able to help her and meet her. I thought she was very nice. Yes.
Well, I appreciate that. Who was that woman? Do you know by her first name?
Remember the name? No.
We'll find it out and we'll let everyone know, and we'll give her accolades for really giving you that positive energy and that positive vibe.
Yes.
So thank you for giving us a little bit about yourself. But I want to go a little bit more on the personal side. Okay. So I know that you have an I'm going to say incredible, because you really have overcome a lot and you really have gone through a lot, and shined a great light on some things that we have struggled with, or that we faced, or that we have each and every day. So just tell us a little bit about your personal life.
So I mean, I'm just gonna start from the beginning.
Okay.
Like 13. I was sixth grade going into I was in eighth grade going into freshman year. Sorry.
Okay.
Like that's initially when I first started publicly being who I was. I was open. It came out. After that, I mean, I didn't really have an initial great experience, which, I mean, when you are sitting there and you're deciding whether or not that if you're ready to face what could happen, the bad, the good, I just kind of sat there and just was like, I feel like if I keep hiding myself and who I am from everybody, that is going to be worse down the road than owning who I am as a person, and dealing with the issues that were going to come my way, because it's inevitable. Honestly, there's always going to be people out there that aren't really hip to what you're about, and I feel like if you can go about this world without really making those people your focus and your biggest worry, and the reason why it's the reason you don't allow yourself to fully be yourself, it's not worth it. It's like once you figure out who you are, embrace it to the absolute full extent and then some. I really didn't have an outlet or let alone a really good first initial coming out. It took everybody in my family a little bit to kind of come around to. It's a very abrupt adjustment, and I mean at the same time, just as much as I need them and expect them to understand me and accept me, I do also need to understand that they're just hearing this too, and this is very big news to them as well. So it's easier if you are able to look at that situation and you can get all views of it before initially voicing an opinion or voicing something that would upset you about that situation. It's always better to understand everybody's view.
I love that message that you were sharing. And I think you don't even realize you're directly sharing that. So in ninth grade, you came out, and it's a very you took a leap of faith. You took that that stepping out on that rock that like you were coming to be yourself, and this was who really the true Taylor was. And then, of course, it takes time and society, all those things around it. But the inner message that you shared there was there's always going to be people that go against you, right? And no matter if it's your coming out story, or if it's your business story, or your school story, or your personal story, there's always going to be those people, and you really just shine light. Like, don't focus on those people, right? It's not, there's always going to be someone that dislikes you, or there's always going to be someone that doesn't want you to do that because they think you should go this path. And, if you continue to focus on that, then you're going to waste all your energy on that. Rather, taking your energy and because it's so precious, everyone's energy is so precious, and allotting it towards someone that is supporting you, or that group of people that are there for you, or that someone that, agrees with your decisions. And I think that's so important for everyone, not even those that aren't facing a coming out story, those that just face enemies, or those that face people that want to go against them in life. I think that's an awesome message that you really kind of knitted in there, and that was I don't know, kudos to you. That was awesome, and that's what I really got out of the story, and that's great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So another thing that I pulled out was, hearing the other side, right? It's always easy for us to kind of just say, like, you got to understand me, or like it's your responsibility because you just don't get it, right? Well, as humans, it's always easier. It's always the easy way to just say it's your fault, rather than the right way to say, well, I got to understand you, right? And we got to both get through this together, and we got to become one. And, we're all in this together, and we got to, meet each other's differences and see each other's opinions, and, come together. So I do know that, it was a little hard for your family to go around with that for, a big portion of your life. But talk to us now about like the positive side of that, right?
So with all of that, yeah, there's always good to bad. They just are yin and yang. It's always going to be like that.
Right.
But really though, like the best part about that situation is the fact that the whole entire thing is that, like, when you do get that response right away, you do have that in your head, like, this is gonna be forever.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought. I was convinced for years that I would never have a full 100% relationship with some of my family. And it took a while, but everybody needs time.
Yeah.
You just have to understand that. And that alone is a very big hurdle to jump.
Yeah.
But after, and once everybody was realizing, I feel like once you initially do that, it kind of shatters the ideals that they have for you. They want you, like, they have this whole idea of who you are going to be in the future, how you're going to grow up, you're going to have kids, you're going to get married. And that is completely destroyed at first. And then they have that time to realize that in this day and age, no, we are able to do that. We can do everything
Right.
that a normal couple would do. And that is like the biggest realization. And that is the biggest hurdle that I try to get people to push them over that, because once you're past that, everything is fine.
Right.
It's, and every situation is very different, but my parent, like my dad, for example, he had a really rough time coming along and, overcoming that personal issue of not really understanding me and why I was like that. But he did end up coming around, and it was actually a really good experience. And I'm happy that he did come around at the time that I really needed him, because I was actually going through a very bad breakup. And out of absolute nowhere, he was the last person I would have ever expect to help me in that situation. But he came over, he picked me up, helped me pack my stuff, and helped me move. And I feel like that right there was my initial, like, oh, this is your sign to me. So now, okay.
Yeah.
So ever since then, I think that was like actually couple years ago, 3 to 4 years ago. Ever since then, like I can actually like be who I am. I can be comfortable around him. I can talk to him about like my feelings and relationships and relationship problems. And it is a situation I would never ever in my life thought I would ever be in. But I'm so happy that I'm here today. And a lot of that has to do with, you know, my stepmom, you know, in his ear saying, you can't really do this. Do you want the relationship with your son, or do you want it like that? And along with all of that, it really also teaches you, you know, you get the thick skin that helps you like carry those skills throughout the world, because no matter what, there's always going to be someone that doesn't agree with you. But at the same time, you need to focus on you. What you want from your life, because you are the one that's living it.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Focus on you in time, right? That's so. Everything comes with time, but it's also the hardest thing for the human mind to understand, right?
Exactly.
Because time doesn't exist. Time was this manufactured thing created by humans, and you know, it's very hard to understand that. But when you're in the midst of something, or when you're in the moment, but as you look back and as you realize time is the cure of everything, right? And that's where you solve those issues. And I think I think you're doing a great job. So 2 weeks ago, I had on Rosa Gonzalez, and her one of her main motives was to bring education, right? To bring education to female empowerment and woman power, and you know, a lot of those ideas. And I think you're doing an incredible job at really articulating your story to bring education to the LGBTQ community, and beyond the LGBTQ community, the you know, the acceptance and the, you know, it's okay, and take your time, and you know, that we all gotta, you know, it might be a change for someone, and it might be harder for someone like your dad, or, you know, other people that might be going through that. But if you give time, and you focus on the good people, and you focus on the ones that are going to be there to support you, and that are there with you in the moment, you know, the bad people will either go wayside or come back full circle, and really help you and support you and be there for your cause. But you got to continue to have that drive, focus on yourself, with at the end of the day, focusing on those that are surrounding you and supporting you and bringing those good vibes and bringing that positivity to you. And I think that's incredible, the way that you articulate your story and the way that you bring it to light, because you could go so many different avenues around it. And I think you're doing an amazing job at that, of sharing it, of educating, and just bringing awareness to it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's like the biggest lesson, honestly, that I've learned out of all of this really is being yourself. Is very important for not only you, for everybody you surround yourself with, because then it shows them who you are as like a real person. Because I feel, you know, it's really hard to tell like genuinity these days. You know, it's very, I don't know what the word is for it, but it's hard to pick up on.
Yeah.
But when you do meet someone that is genuine, it's just like that vibe that they give off, and you're just like, I can open up to you about anything. And like, I don't know. I feel like it taught me, you know, patience, to understand really things that I didn't want to understand, but I had to in order for everything else to take its toll, I guess. It all worked as like a domino effect, because like you really can't just sit there and demand the world to understand you if you don't understand yourself, let alone understand what you're about to endure with this whole. Because like, and what you said about education, I 100% agree with that. I feel as if a lot of things out there aren't really being brought to light because people aren't really seeing it as such a very up in your face important issue. because it's an issue that doesn't really affect a lot of people, but also affects everybody.
Right.
And I'm like, well, it's a lot to think about. So sorry if I get lost in my mind right there, but
you're totally fine. I don't know. You're just continuing to share this message. I don't even know if you realize it, of like being yourself and, letting time, work its magic, and creating an understanding. And you said something that really stood out to me, was like, before you can allow others to understand you, you have to understand yourself. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important, for everyone out there watching and everyone that's out there viewing with us. You can't just expect someone to accept, like for me as an example, I can't just expect my mom to understand why I want to work at 14 years old and why I want to continue to do this. Or for you can't just expect your dad to understand the life path that you want to go on, or the come out and be yourself, if you don't understand yourself at the end of the day, right? You have to be able to articulate that. You have to be able to put those into words. And so I challenge each and every one of you, take those 10 minutes, take those 15 minutes, self-meditate, self-reflect, really understand who you are on the inner side, right? So once you understand yourself, you can exude that, you can spread that, you can show that to everyone that's in your life and everyone that continues to surround you. And I think that's so important to continue to bring that to light, and to continue to bring that to our cerebral cortex, which is the frontal part of our brain, the part that we consistently remind ourselves with. And I think that was an incredible message that you brought.
It's very important, and like, if you really do like just take a split second to just think about it, all of these skills that you're learning with this, everybody else does it the same way.
Right.
It's just case by case. Anybody, like, we practice these skills in situations all over. It's just the sensitivity of this certain situation. I feel like it heightens everything. Mm-hmm. So like, people are like, ooh,
yeah.
But everybody's not going to understand right away.
Yep. You
just got to understand the situation.
Yeah, and I think that's so important, right? It's going to take time, and it's going to take us to crusade and really just continue to share those positive messages, and continue to share that positive light and that understanding. But it really is going to take people like you to share, hey, yes, I did go through this, and yes, there is that light at the end of the tunnel. Or, hey, yes, for all the dads out there, you might experience this, but just know that your son or your daughter still needs you, right? Or they still look up to you, or they still support you. So I think you're doing an incredible job at that. I think you are crusading, even though you don't realize you're crusading, with me, with people here in the office, your friend group, your family, and I really just honor and thank you for that.
Thank you.
Because it's so important to me, and it's just so important to continue to bring much more positivity to the world that we live in, right?
Exactly.
In every aspect, you can see that there's a negative light, or there's a negative something, or there's a negative other something. But we live in this incredible world, right? We wake up every morning, we can see the trees, or we can smell the coffee, or we can spend great time with family and friends. And I think sometimes we forget about the little things. We forget about those items that are extreme motives of positivity, right? It's an honor, and it's so great to be up here with you today, because you're continuing to remind me of that, right? In different aspects and in different ways, and our viewers and everyone out there that is part of the hustle community and the Total Life Changes community. So I thank you again for that. I appreciate that.
I guess it's like, for me, it's equally as rewarding, because, looking back, going through all of this, it was me. It was just me. I didn't have an outlet. Mm-hmm. I didn't have someone who was educated in this, who experienced these kind of feelings, emotions, situations. I was very lost. Mm-hmm. But now I'm just like, I want to be the person that I wanted to have when
Absolutely.
I was there, like when I was that age, when I was in those situations, when I didn't know what to do, when I didn't know how to answer a question, when I wasn't sure if I was able to be myself. I just want to go out there, and I want to make sure that everybody knows that no matter what life throws at you in the beginning, that's not the final end. That's not your ending. You can always change your deck of cards.
Absolutely.
Like there's always somebody out there for you. I'll be there for you. Call me. I got you. I just want everyone to make sure that they know that they have someone out there for them no matter what. Even if they feel like there's absolutely no one that would understand, there's always somebody.
I appreciate that, Taylor.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I was going to ask you to close out with a couple nuggets, but I think you were like reading my mind, because I think that was the perfect way to close, right? You've gone through it. You've experienced it. You've seen the goods and the bads, and you've taken all that and understood those life lessons, and really now you're doing what I'm trying to do, what so many other people are trying to do, and just take their life lessons and share it with those, right? Share it with those that relate to us, and you're doing an incredible job at that. So don't ever stop.
I won't.
Continue to be that shining light in someone's world that might be a little darker than ours, because there's so many people out there that really need people like you, including myself, including people like Miss Adriana or Jack Fallon or John Licari, right? So continue to do what you're doing. And thank you again. Thank you for being that light, that support, that inspiration to all those out there. I appreciate that. Thank you again for the interview. Thank you for sharing your story. It was an honor to have you up here, but don't go anywhere, because we're going to continue on with the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for Mr. Taylor Rattray. Thank you again so much, Taylor. It is time for the feel-good story of the week. Get on someone's level today. This little fellow was having a tough morning and fell out on the floor. I seen his mother step back and look. She stated, "This is how he's been expressing himself lately." I decided to get on his level and talk to him. He started to cry, so I wiped his tears and told him it'll be okay. As an adult, sometimes we all want is one person to stop, get on our level, and maybe wipe our tears. These children are entitled to bad days just as us. So give them the moment to bring it together. Get on someone's level today and make them smile. Spread peace and love. You might be that person that gives hope to them. So the message from that feel-good story is just to spread peace and love. That picture was amazing. That the little kid was laying there on I think it was a school floor, it looked like. Yep. And then look at, he or she, I think it's a female. She's up there laying on him. And that's so important, right? Everyone has feelings. Everyone's human, and everyone's entitled to have those feelings. So sometimes you're having a bad day, and just let someone know, because there's so many people out there like Taylor who are, who are willing to, share that bad day moment, bring you up, give you some positive vibes, give you some peace, whatever you need, whatever you might be looking for. So, that was a great feel-good story of the week. Spread peace and love today, ladies and gentlemen. And again, if you have a feel-good story of the week, I want you to email thesundayhustle@totallifechanges.com for a chance to be shown on the show. And of course, if we choose your story, we will reward you with an amazing prize. The tip of the week is find good people. And I said it probably for 4 weeks continuously, and I'm going to say it again for this week. Miss Adriana Mendoza writes these scripts before we even do any interview. She doesn't know what we're going to say, but somehow, some way, it all links back together. And the tip of the week is find good people. And as Taylor was touching on earlier, find those good people, right? Find the people that are going to link up with you, that are going to support you, that are going to be there for you. And even if you have those bad people in your life, don't focus your energy on them, because our energy is so precious, and we must continue to preserve it, keep it positive, and we're gonna, spend it on those good people, because those bad people, or those negative people, or those people that might not have the best outlook for us, will eventually move to the wayside or come full circle and really support the cause, the mission, and the vision that we're all here for. So the challenge, or the tip of the week, is who you're with is who you become, said Reid Hoffman, co-founder of LinkedIn, noted that the fastest way to change yourself is to hang out with people who who you are already the way you want to be. It's kind of a mouthful, but I was driving in this morning and I was listening to Bishop T.D. Jakes, an incredible inspirational speaker, an incredible, thanks Scott, an incredible bishop, matter of fact, I believe he is Christianity or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. And he was just talking about like how you got to surround yourself with those key people because you're going to become the sum of all of them. So put someone out there that's, or put yourself in a group of people that everyone's better than you. So you have to continue to grow to reach their level. So then you can take all their life lessons, all their failures, everything that they have to learn, put it all into one, and then you become skyrocketed and you become higher than them. And then now you got to find a new group that's going to continue to push you to become better and just have a better version of yourself. And I think that's so important to, continue to stress and continue to preach. You are the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So look back. Who are those 5 people? Family, friends, teachers, cousins, co-workers, whoever they are in your family. Are they pushing you to become a better version? Are they keeping you as yourself? Or are they really asking you to just become a better version and just continue to do great things with your life? Challenge of the week, and the challenge of the week this week is going to again win that limited edition Sunday Hustle Element shirt and resolution drops. And if you don't know what resolution drops are, they're they're in a tincture bottle, so they're liquid drops. You put them under your tongue, and they're really going to help you curb your appetite and suppress that feeling of being hungry, and really help you super speed your weight loss. So if you're ever looking for a free resolution drops, now is the time to comment and participate in the challenge of the week. And of course, we'll get you some Sunday Hustle merch. So we want you to tag that one person that always encourages you to do the best, always encourages you to be the best version of you. So get in those comments right now, tag that person, throw a little comment on there. We'll add it into next week's show. We'll highlight some of those things that our viewers are out there posting. So just tag that person, and maybe that person will get inspired, see something in this broadcast, maybe see Taylor, hear a story. I don't know, whatever the case may be, you never know what you can do to someone. So continue to share this broadcast, continue to share the good news of this network, and just continue to share your energy, your positivity, because every single day you come across a new person, and you never know what that person's going through. You never know what that person has on their mind. But what the least that you can do for them is give them a smile, shake their hand, tell them they look good today, support them in any way that possible, because that is going to speak volumes. And I don't know. It's just going to continue to be positive and bring this positive world into a greater place. So that is it for this episode of the Sunday Hustle. Again, thank you so very much, Mr. Taylor, for everything that you had to share. Thank you for sharing your story and continuing to be a positive outlook to everyone in the world and in the community. And thank you again to all of our viewers for tuning in this week. Make sure that si hablas español, va para nuestra página en vivo a totallifechanges.com para nuestro evento virtual, lo que vamos a empezar en 1 hora a las 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So everyone that didn't understand what I was saying, simply, if you're interested in our virtual Spanish event, go to totallifechanges.com. It starts exactly in 1 hour. We cannot wait to have you on there. We're so fired up and excited to bring you all the great content and everything that event is going to have. So, with that being said, I better get going. Taylor's got a bunch to do, and I know these AV boys are going crazy because they got so much on their plate. So, on behalf of myself, Mr. Taylor Rattray, and the rest of the amazing staff here at Total Life Changes, our AV and our executive producer, we want to wish you a very, very happy Sunday. We hope that you get out there, crusade the world, become that positive light, and really just be that positive outlook in everyone's life that they're looking for. So please don't ever wait for tomorrow. Matter of fact, just start today. I'll see each and every one of you next week. Yeah!